Hi, welcome to Car Shenanigans. In this episode, I'm going to be sorting out a few issues I got with my Porsche Boxster, and they're looking like pretty big issues. Stay tuned. So I thought the car was all sorted and ready to go for some tuning, and I had a boost pipe pop off. And when I came underneath the car, there was oil all over the pipe that had come off, which is this pipe that goes there. You can see some oil dripping out of the thing. If we have a look, there's movement in and out, up and down. That turbo is completely knackered, so I'm not as ready as I thought I was. These turbos are Chinese specials. They're KO4s, so they're the RS4 turbos. Not lasted that long. Now I jacked the turbo for play literally 5 miles ago, and it was fine. And then the boost pipe popped off, and that seems to have killed it. So I don't know if that's just bad luck or whether the turbos are absolute cack. It might have done the same to a genuine turbo. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with regards to turbos. I might upgrade, or I might just replace the cartridge with another cheap one or some genuine Borg-Warner ones. I haven't made any decisions yet. I've had problems with the sump constantly leaking, and it was sealed, and then as soon as it came on boost, it started leaking again. So I need to do some investigation into this. I'm wondering if maybe there's too much blow by on the piston rings, and it's pressurising the crankcase too much. So I'm going to compression test the engine and see what's what. There's a good chance I'm going to be pulling the engine out and the turbos and going to go right through it all. So cylinder 1 is 210 psi. So I've done a little bit of research on the internet about my compression test results, and the maximum factory figure for this engine is supposed to be 190 psi, and so I've been getting 210 to 215 on each cylinder, so something's not right there. I've had a look down the bores, and they all look fine. It's not a huge amount of carbon build up. Pistons are quite clean. It all looks reasonable. There are little wet spots on the pistons, just localized wet spots. So I had the fuel pump fuse pulled when I did the compression test, so it's not fuel. It could be leaking valve stem seals maybe, but it doesn't burn oil, so I'm not sure on that one. But figures being high could be my gauge is dodgy, although compression testing other engines it seems accurate. Now I did find bits of plastic in the sump the last time I took it off, so I think my best bet is to completely strip the engine down and sort of go right through it and refurbish everything and get myself a good base, rather than chasing silly little problems here, there and everywhere. Just freshen it up and start again. Maybe I'll throw a few upgrades in. Before I make any decisions on what to do with the turbos, I thought my best bet is to remove the oil drains each side and run the engine briefly and make sure that there's the same amount of oil flowing out of both turbos, just in case it was an oil supply issue that killed this turbo, because if it is and I don't spot it, whatever goes on in this place is going to end up going the same way.
Now?
Yeah.
It's not starting.
Right, key off and back on. Back on.
Now?
Yeah.
Not starting.
All the way off, all the way back on to start. Just all the way, all the way. Have you got your foot on the clutch?
Yes, the clutch is the right, yeah?
The left? Christ, Viv.
Oh!
Go on. Alright, stop.
Rolling, it didn't stop.
Right, they both look fine, so no issues with the oil supply there. So I decided I'm going to pull the engine out to sort out all of my issues. Now, it's easier said than done on a mid-engine car with no ramp. I've got the pit, but it's hard to do it. So I've got block and tackle there, that's on a beam that runs across. Now when I take the engine out of the front engine car, I connect my winch down there onto the car, lift the engine up, roll the car back out of the garage, and then slide the engine to the side out of the way and winch the car back in. It's not so easy on the Boxster. Last time I kind of dropped the engine down so it was sat in the pit, and then I could roll the car forward and then pull it out afterwards. But to drop the engine down, the car had to be with the engine in line with this, so all the way back here, and then I didn't have enough space to get into the pit, so it was a challenge. So we'll see how I get on this time. But actually working on the car is quite simple because I've put it all together, so I know how it comes apart. I got the exhaust comes off like 3 bolts and it's off, so it shouldn't take me long to get the engine dropped down and ready to get it out. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. In the next video I'm either going to be dropping the engine on my head or talking about the upgrades that I got planned, so stay tuned. Cheers.